as a voter, this is not even me sitting in this chair as a commentator for a moment, just as a voter, as a member of the conservative movement, who is, because I'm a member of a conservative movement, tangentially associated with the Republican Party. It's frustrating to see just strategically Republicans make choices that lead to loss, even while issue-wise we are winning on public opinion. I mean, we're winning on public opinion on almost everything. Inflation, Biden's botched withdrawal of Afghanistan, just all the social issues, critical race theory and transgender ideology and parental rights, even abortion, when you poll correctly, like, we're winning on all these things. This should mean that we win in elections, and yet we're not because of all of these things. This is why I'm excited for your show, by the way, because this is what the Republican Party needs. This is what commentators need. This is what thought leaders need. This is what donors need. This is what members of Congress need. This is what people running campaigns need. This kind of, it's really lessons. It's really moving the curtains back and saying, like, okay, this is the plumbing. It's in the weeds. But if you don't understand this, then your car's going to break down and you're going to be lost on the side of the road and no one's going to have sympathy for you. So as you can see, I'm pretty excited about this. I do want to ask you about the debate next week. I want to ask you two things. One, I want you to give us an idea of what debate prep for these candidates looks like when it is the first primary debate. What are they doing in the lead up to this debate?
So look, in the first debate, you're going to have, you said this a few minutes ago, and you're right. It's probably going to be about 8 candidates on here, and so you're basically getting, divide that over 44 minutes times 2, which is 2 hours. The size of the debate, divide by 8. I mean, you're looking at like 7 minutes a pop when all is said and done. And so, what are they doing? They're trying to figure out, what are my vulnerabilities? What are people going to say about me that I have to be worried about? And you only have to worry about that if you're probably Ron DeSantis, maybe Tim Scott a little, Vivek and Nick. I mean, maybe Mike Pence a little, because people are going to take some pot shots here and there. Then more importantly, you're trying to figure out, what are those sweet spots that I can have a line? What are my zinger lines going to be? What are the things that I want people to remember about me? What are the key takeaways that I want? Because when the debate is over, you're going to have 10 moments that people talk about, that people are analyzing on television and online. And so you want to be one of those. You want to be the candidate that says something that goes viral, that gets a lot of attention, that people are saying they want to interview you on the next day. They want you on their show. They want to tweet about you. They want to do something. They want to host an event for you. So you're trying to think of, like, what are those issues? What are those moments? What are the lines? So a lot of rehearsal, where you're going to say, if I get asked about my position on that, I'm immediately going to pivot and I'm going to say, I don't, some killer line that your staff poll tests for you 12 times.
Interesting. Okay, so opinions on some candidates, by the way, their performance on debate stage. Some candidates are just more talented in that format. It's not necessarily, and I know this sounds a little mushy, it's not necessarily commentary on whether they would be good as commander-in-chief. Some candidates are just good on stage. It's like a performance, and some aren't. What do you expect from these candidates? Like, who do you expect to shine versus who do you expect to struggle?
So I think I've been very bullish on Vivek Ramaswamy. I think I've watched him interact with voters. He does a very good job. He's very on point. I will be interested to see how he performs. Does he have a standout moment? Is it good? Can he only do this as a one-off show, if you will, or can he actually do this? So that will be someone I want to watch. I will be interested to see how Pence does. Does he get attacked? He was sort of back and forth in Iowa. People were coming after him for what he did on January 6th, and then some people were thanking him. Who is the Pence that shows up? I think will be interesting. And then I think DeSantis is going to be the real wild card here. How does he present himself? There's a lot of questions about his image and how relatable he is. And so how he presents himself and comes across is going to be something that's intriguing to me. By the way, I would be remiss if I didn't say this. We're doing this call as myself, Governor Scott Walker, who was the governor of Wisconsin, but also a presidential candidate, Mark Halperin, on the morning of the debate and the morning after the debate, breaking it all down, which is secondary to the show. But if you go to my locals page, seanspicer.locals.com, you can sign up for it. And we're asking people to join the call with us every morning. It's at 9 a.m. Eastern. And we're going to talk about what we expect before the debate. And then after the debate, break it down and say, what were those moments? How did the RNC do? How did the moderators do? What candidates stood out? Where were the missed opportunities? Who took advantage of stuff? And I think the cool part about this, and I'm really excited, obviously, about the show, but I'm also excited about these calls because they'll kind of, I think we'll be able to incorporate them into the show. But the idea of, like, Mark is looking at it from a journalist standpoint. I was sort of the operative in the room. And then obviously Scott Walker, a governor, who was on that stage next to Donald Trump in the 2015 cycle. It'll be interesting to see, his perspective. What did he, you asked a great question. I can tell you from a staff perspective, but I think it'll be really interesting to say to Governor Walker, okay, on the day of the debate right now, what would you be doing? Who would you be talking to? How much on the offense did you be versus the defense? Because remember, Scott Walker was really one of the hot candidates back in that cycle.
Yeah, it is fascinating because we look at it, well, maybe even I look at it as a member of the media differently than you looked at it as a member of the staff differently than a politician. Yeah. This is the last question. Do you think that this debate is a make it or break it moment for DeSantis?
Oh, that's a really good question. I think if he falls flat, look, I've said this for a while. DeSantis has gone all in Iowa, and I've been very impressed with what they've put together on the ground in Iowa. And people can't forget, we're talking 50,000 votes makes this in Iowa. So he says he's got 10,000 pledge cards for the caucuses. He's been trying to visit all 99 counties. If he falls flat on his face, I think that's the thing. If he just performs okay, I mean, that's it. He basically has more to lose than to gain. I don't think he's going to come out of this debate and people are going to go, oh my God, I'm with Ron DeSantis. I think they're going to be looking at him saying, is it worth sticking with him?
Yeah, interesting. I've heard that question batted around on X, formerly known as Twitter. I'm interested in watching. Yet. I mean, I hope this debate, I know I have to call it that now. I love debates. I hope that this one is as entertaining as the 2016 Republican primary debates, which may be the most entertaining ones of our entire life. Sean, congratulations on the new show. Guys, if you can't remember the name of the show, just think of his name, Sean Spicer. It's the Sean Spicer Show. And Sean, we do one more thing on the show every day. Whenever I interview someone, we watch one random video from the internet together to get our guests' reaction. So I'd love to watch, and I don't always know what it is either. Sometimes it surprises me. This is courtesy of our production staff. So this is our one random thing from the internet today. It is a guy who likes to make fake Republican rant videos, and this is his song. Take a look at this.
Somebody better comes along. We done took it outside. We're about to brawl. Old boy done put his hands on a woman where I come from, son. The next thing coming is a ass whooping in the parking lot. About to drop his fool right.
Okay, Sean, you first. Your reaction, sir.
I'm going to try to stay positive. I think that, look, in this day and age, if you can send a conservative message to a new audience, it's something that you talked about just a minute ago, then I think that's great. As long as you're being tasteful and funny, then I think it's a positive thing. So thumbs up on this end.
Hi, guys. It's Liz Wheeler. Don't forget to watch my show, The Liz Wheeler Show, every night at 7 p.m. on the First TV. You can download the free First TV app, or you can visit thefirsttv.com/Liz and start watching today.